Gamecocks battle back. Just talk about this Gamecock team. This is what you've been talking about all year long.
Yeah, it has been, Corey. And the bottom line is I got to give props to Chad Holbrook for leaving Jack Wynkoop in the game to get to the 5th or 6th inning. Even though he gave up some runs early, he got some valuable innings to get to that bullpen, and South Carolina's bats were too much for LSU tonight.
Well, it could have been his last time on the mound here at Carolina State. He's draft eligible. I think he's a guy that could go early in the draft, Skip, but gave up 11 hits tonight. He battled, but the team protected him, though, in the end.
Yeah, they did, Corey, and bottom line is this, he did what he had to do to win tonight, and the bottom line is I still think, Jerry Myers, Chad Holbrook, they gave him an opportunity to pitch, even though he didn't have his best stuff, and he gave up a 4-run fifth, I believe it was, or 4th inning. I think it was a 4th inning, and he just, again, the Gamecock bats came to life, and huge win for the Gamecocks tonight. It really was.
Another double-digit runs for the Gamecocks tonight, of course, coming off Texas A&M. Then you talked about USC upstate. They blasted them, 2 touchdowns and a field goal, 17-0, and they bounced back tonight. The bats are warming up. But talk about D.C. Arenas. He did the same thing, a 2-run blast tonight, kind of got things going in that 4-run inning for them. He did the same thing against Vanderbilt.
Yeah, he did. And I tell you, Corey, I was sitting there watching it here in the suite, in the Coke suite, and the bottom line is I was glad we didn't hit that home run until it tied it up, because sometimes a 2-run home run can kind of end an inning. And tonight we saw a couple base hits. We caught 2 in a row, and then we get the 2-run blast by Arenas. It was huge, and huge win for the Gamecocks. But I do think it transitions over from Tuesday night against USC Upstate, because bottom line, that's a game that they've got to win convincingly, and they came out and they played hard, and they did everything they could to leave nothing out there, and they did a great job of winning a huge game that night.
Well, one of the storylines is LSU pitching. The bullpen did not hold up. They walked in, I believe, 3 runs for the Gamecocks tonight, but that's discipline at the plate. I mean, not chasing after pitches, but those guys were very disciplined at the plate tonight and giving up 3 runs due to walk.
They were, and, I don't know if we've seen that all year. And I have to give credit to the USC fans, South Carolina fans that did stay around. They got really loud during that inning. That's huge. This place needs to not have an open seat tomorrow night or Saturday, period. We're on ESPN. We're on live. It's huge. Gamecock fans, come out. This team has got a renewed sense of energy. It's a team that I would not want to play in the postseason right now, because I got a feeling if we can give up 6-7 runs and win a game, that's a good sign.
Well, a lot of folks saying this team's going to be scary tomorrow night, 8 o'clock. They'll go at it again. Of course, we'll see if they can bounce back after a big game tonight to put themselves in position for the SEC tournament and then hopefully for the playoffs. But when you think about it, Kip, you got to love this team. I mean, to struggle the way they struggled, and then we talked about the mentality of this team. We talked about being challenged, and something happened. A light switch hit somewhere, because the last couple of weeks, this team has been different.
They have been different, Corey, and the bottom line is this. Carolina baseball is all about the mentality, the culture, the charisma, the fight, the will to win. We saw that tonight. We saw that getting down early. Middle of the game, they're still down 4 runs. They come back and win. They get the pitching when they need to. They get the defense when they need to. They get the hitting when they need to. That was the recipe for success for 2 national championships. Again, it's just so fun to see. It's so fun to see.
Well, the final series of the year, Gamecocks take the first game 10-7 over LSU. By the way, they're ranked #1. They'll be back tomorrow night at 8 o'clock, but we'll be here and get you covered with all types of coverage. Kip, thank you very much. But coming up later on in sports, we're going to switch gears. High school football spring tour 2015. That's coming up. Hammond, AC Florida, they're on the clock. You don't want to miss it. That's all coming up next in sports. We'll be back in a moment.